And fuck, man, we are live.
We're live. Nice, and we
Holy
got it.
shit.
We got an F-bomb in the first 30 seconds. I
That's
love
how I
it.
roll. That's
THC.
gonna try to be my only one, though. I'm gonna try to stop now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fine. We know what this show is. I think YouTube knows what this show is as well.
Boom, our boy Christoph, he said it's 4:40 in the morning there. So good
Whoa, good
morning,
morning.
everyone. Did you see
Probably.
his YouTube or Instagram showing that he did with all of his logos?
The banner, the multi-picture banner.
Well, no, he had like an art show or like he was like
Really?
displaying. Yeah, like I don't know where it was, some bar or gallery or something, but
Oh,
he was
that's so
displaying
cool.
all of the different logos. And there's like a picture that he took, and he's like standing like right next to the two logos that he did for us. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, I
wow.
recognize those logos.
I gotta check that out. I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty sick.
He's staying busy. He's probably up right now having coffee and working on a logo as he's watching this.
Yeah, he probably hasn't been to bed yet.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
where
true.
that's where I would be. I would be like, the only reason why I'm up at 4:40 in the morning is because I haven't been to bed yet. Either I haven't been to bed or I'm catching a early flight. Those are the
Yeah,
only two reasons.
fair enough.
Yeah, BJ, what's up, man?
What's going on? Yeah, it's been
Yes,
God, how long has it been since we've been
months,
live?
months,
Like 6?
at
Maybe
least, probably, at least, because I don't even think because we were gonna do one in Toronto when I was there for my birthday over the summer, but then you ended up getting COVID,
that's right.
so which was crazy because we were hanging out the night before at the bar, and I was like, but I never got sick, so
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple of my family members sick. They got sick the day after, but yeah, no, that was I guess so. The last time was KC Planet Comic Con,
oh yeah, so that would have been what, March, April?
March, April.
Yeah.
Damn, 8 months. But here we are.
Yeah.
Here
I
we
haven't really
finally.
talked to you in a while yet either, so we're kind of playing catch up all the way around with everybody
Yeah.
else and with each other.
Oh my God, man! So much has happened in life. I feel
Yeah.
like this is the busiest year I've ever had, just with moving to a new house and getting used to that whole life. Um, but yeah,
Being a homeowner, how you like
being
it?
it's been fun. It's been fun. There's always something going on. It's been nice to have just like a place where I don't have to worry about too much. Like I don't have to worry about people doing things I don't want them to do.
Yeah.
Um, it's nice to have your own place, and yeah, man, just feel lucky because I know it's not the prices are insane. But yeah, I got very lucky. It's been nice though. I got a place for my collection. Got a little recording space, office for
Very
now
good.
until kids or something come along. I don't know
Oh
what, but
shit. You just said the magic word. Well, I haven't heard the M word yet though. I heard kid,
yeah,
but where's the M word?
there's all that. All of it takes time. It all takes
Yeah,
time. It's all
yeah,
gonna happen eventually.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
see.
tell Caroline I said hello.
Yeah. She was amped to hear that we were doing this. She's like, "You guys haven't done anything together in a long time."
Yeah, months.
It's like I know, God, it's so hard to get like a single video out a week now. There used to be I can't believe there was a time I would do one a day almost.
Yeah.
Who has the time for that? God, I was so lucky. Single life living with the parents. God damn,
Oh, to be young again.
you don't have to do anything. But yeah, it's been good. It's been nice to be able to keep reading comics. There's so much good stuff coming out now. There's so many good series out there. Man, I've just been diving into digital series and just getting so excited. Dark Horse Image. They're putting out some heat, man. Some heat.
Yes, we can dive into that too here, man, because I've been reading because I kind of got busy with life and things in general. I didn't really read much of anything just because I got just busy. And so I was like, well, I was like, I want to get back into the whole YouTube game. I've been slacking on that front, obviously. But I was like, but what do I want to do? I was like, well, I know it's almost the end of the year. I'll do like a top, uh uh indie
Yeah.
like, but only titles that started in 2022. So I was like, so I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna
Mhm.
read, obviously not read every title that came out in 2022, but I'm reading I think 22 or 23 different titles that started in 2022 that are indie. a lot of them are Image, obviously, but there is some like Boom and Dark Horse and Aftershock and books like that. And I've read 6 or 7 of the titles so far, but like multiple issues though. So it's like
Yeah.
I got a ways to go, but dude, I'm having an absolute blast.
Nice.
I saw your video for top 10 indie series, and I was like, oh crap, are we gonna overlap? And so I watched your video. Not a single overlap, dude.
Beautiful.
Not a one. So I was
That's
like, oh,
awesome.
this is gonna be great stuff, man.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, there's so many good titles, and we've always had somewhat different tastes. So, I mean, it makes sense. Well, I saw Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, and I was like, you know what? I won't touch this because I know at some point Matt's going to do a video on it. Because, yeah, that's,
Dude, Shirtless Bear Fighter 2 is so much fun. I think there's 4 issues out right now, something like that. It is phenomenal. It is
yeah.
super, super funny. It's good stuff. I think it's going for 6 issues in total, 6, 8, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really fun. I highly recommend. So we'll just give everybody a sneak preview, I guess, of what's to come. Specs. There's only 1 issue out so far. And I want to say, crap, I can't remember who it's from. It's not Image. I want to say Aftershock, maybe.
Okay, so you're doing like indie across the board. I think I did it. I did an Image one recently.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, a lot
cool.
of the indie ones I'm doing are Image,
Yeah,
but
okay.
there's some that aren't. And I want to
Specs.
say Specs is Boom. So Specs is a Boom series, and there's 1 issue out so far. And dude, I can't wait for more issues to drop. I think that title is really going to take off. I think that the first issue was a lot of fun.
Interesting. I haven't heard about that. I love Boom though. They
Yeah.
usually have, I mean, they don't really have too many ongoings, but I mean,
Yeah.
minis work too.
I'm not sure if it's going to be ongoing or not, but it might be, but it's like a supernatural kind of series. You know how I'm into that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But it's badass. I really, really
Nice.
love the first issue. I'm surprised you didn't mention Vanish for Image.
I don't know if I even checked that one out.
Oh, dude, Vanish is great, man. It's Cates and Stegman.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's 3
Its
issues
Image
out
is
right now,
usually
4
good.
issues out, 3 or 4 issues out right now. I think there's 3 with the 4th one upcoming. That
Ooh,
one's
it looks
pretty
cool.
solid stuff. I love Cates's indie stuff.
His
So
indie work, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
it looks awesome. Damn, it looks very cool. I mean, I've always, like you said, yeah, it's Ryan Stegman,
yep.
and his art looks better than ever.
Yeah, dude,
Okay,
it's
cool.
it's killer. It looks dope. Vanish is a fun title. I'm enjoying the shit out of Vanish right now too. Trying to think. I don't have all my notes on here now because they're all on my
Yeah, no.
tablet. But
I mean, there's so much good stuff coming out.
oh, dude, there's some amazing stuff. Rick Ray says, "Damn them all" by your boy Spurrier. It
Nice.
started off really strong. I think that one's on my list, but I'm pretty sure I have that one on my list. Because I remember when I was looking for videos or for comics that dropped in 2022, that one popped up, and I go, "Ooh, it's Spurrier."
Nice.
I know Michael will love it if I read that. So
All I ask is that Spurrier keep pumping out these minis, and I'll keep making anthologies for them.
yes.
I love his stuff.
God, dude, that's another thing, man. Custom binds. Where are you at on you still doing customs? I haven't done anything. Well, I guess I did those GI Joes, but other than that, I haven't done customs in months, months and
Yeah,
months.
I have like a dozen at Lehman right now, and I don't want to say anything too bad about them. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I got to sort of air out some grievances here because I think I dropped off my books like sometime in the summer. So it's been at least like 4 months, 5 months maybe. I called them because I hadn't heard anything. I called them and I asked them about my books. They're like, give us your name, your number, we'll call you back." Gave them all that info. Didn't hear from them for 2 days. Tried to call them back, couldn't get through to them. I don't know what's going on, if they lost my books or what, but I'm trying to get in touch with them and I can't seem to be able to.
Are you
Um,
like, look, Lehman, I am a diamond member with you guys. I have
I would
spent
think, right?
so much money. You guys should know me by name and calling me Mr. Chernick, okay? Like, what is happening right now?
They've literally thanked me before and been like, you're Mike from the hardcover comic, right?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." And they're like, "Oh, thank you. So many people call saying you've inspired them." I'm like, "That's great."
And then they
Like,
go and lose your books. Those.
I don't know.
Bastards.
I hope that's not it. I think maybe they just forgot about them. Either way, I just want them. I have like a few more. I have like 3 or 4 Incredible Hulk binds in there.
Oh
Um,
yes, to wrap up what
I
yeah.
forgot what's in there. I think I've got like Tinyan's Justice League Dark and Ram V's Justice League Dark, like 2 volumes. Yeah, so hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
Nice. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
some new 52 stuff to finish up, some Batman new 52 stuff. And then I
nice.
got some Punisher stuff to wrap up, and I got Slimer from the 90s. I'm looking forward to that one. And then I've got Nightwing, the whole Nightwing run from
Hmm.
like the 90s through the early 2000s. So, yeah. Natural Bridge said, "Are you guys reading Little Monsters and Bone Orchard Mythos by Lemire?" I'm reading Little Monsters. That's actually on my top 20 books or whatever I'm going to name the video of 20.
20. Damn.
Yeah.
More power to you, man.
Well, I was thinking about doing 22 books in 2022, right? Like
Oh, okay.
that was kind of
Okay.
like, ooh, play on words.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. But Little Monsters, I absolutely love. Dustin Nguyen is doing art on it. Jeff Lemire writing. Have you read Little Monsters?
No.
Dude, there's like 8 issues out right now. Go read Little Monsters. It is so good. It's about like little kid vampires
I mean,
that get like ditched and like they're to fend on their own.
I believe you. It's Jeff
Dude,
Lemire. I'm at a point with Jeff Lemire where I'm waiting for the deluxe every time. You show me when the deluxe is out, I'm gonna buy it. That's it.
oh, that's really good. I haven't read Bone Orchard though. Have you?
I've read the second one. It's not. I don't think it's finished yet. I think there's an issue left. But they're just like single stories. They're all within the same universe. But yeah, there was like an OGN and then the second story that's coming out now. Very exciting stuff. Yeah, it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino,
Oh yeah, that's a good
Gideon
mix.
Falls team.
Yeah, that's a great mix. I ordered Gideon. I know you already got it, but I ordered Gideon Falls
Dude.
2 Deluxe. I'm waiting for that to get here.
God, I love that series. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I want to binge it because
Yeah.
the problem was I think I binged the first 15 issues like when it initially dropped, and then after
Hmm.
that I was waiting like monthly for it, and so
Yeah.
it kind of like it didn't decrease my love for it, but I definitely kind of got to the point where I was I don't know, like I think it would have been better if I could binge it. So I
Right.
cannot wait for the second volume to come in because I'm just gonna binge the entire series from front to back, and I think I'll have a much
Yes.
larger appreciation for it, kind of like I did when I binged the first 15 issues.
Yeah. It's so
It's
good.
yeah. When you have to
I
wait month to month, like that excitement just kind
yeah.
of gets zapped.
I mean, I admire people who can keep up with books on a monthly, like multiple books on a monthly basis. I don't know. I've tried before, but it's so hard to remember what happened a month ago in a
Yep.
title. Oh my goodness. Especially if you're doing like 12 titles or something, like a lot of people are, even doing like 3 or 4. I don't remember what happened in X-Men a month ago, man. I've been reading all this stuff in between.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one with that problem.
Yeah. No, binging's the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. So it looks like we have some new people. First of all, you guys, we hit between our last live show months ago and now, we have hit 15K subscribers.
Yeah.
So that was a huge milestone. We're almost at 15.5 now. We were gonna do a live show when we hit 15, and it just never transpired. So, thank you
Yeah,
everyone for that. That is huge.
for
Mike,
sure.
thank you because you've been pumping out a lot of the content. So, so
It's all in the spirit of THC.
yeah,
Drives
THC
me
and the
drives me
YT and
forward.
the PM, the
Yeah.
EST.
Yeah,
For
we were hoping to do a giveaway, but I mean, I feel like it's too late now, you know? It's like when your birthday is in February and,
yeah,
you know,
it's
it's
an
too late now.
afterthought. Yeah,
Um,
we'll have to do it in I don't know when we hit maybe like 20K or something.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
we'll see. Maybe we have like a channel anniversary coming up soon.
oh yeah, we should actually look into that. I really don't even know.
Maybe.
When did we rebrand?
I don't even know.
But yeah, so for those that are newer to the THC family, first of all, thank you and welcome.
Yes.
So are we both Canadian and how did we meet? Well, I am not Canadian. I am in the US. I'm based at basically Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah,
Mike is the Canadian one.
I am in Canada.
And long story short, we met through
We met on an online app.
on an online app, but it wasn't a dating app.
We were looking for friends. We were
No, it
looking for,
was
what was it at the time? Clans?
Marvel War of Heroes.
Yeah, guilds?
There was
I
a
don't know what.
mobile game called Marvel War of Heroes years ago, probably almost a decade ago at this point.
Yeah.
And we all met, like, we would meet people through like that game, and then people would be on line chat and all this other kind of crap, and so they ended up forming a podcast, him and Mike and three other guys initially. The one guy didn't work out, so then they brought me in, and needless to say, that's how we met. Is we were doing a podcast together years ago, and now we get together once or twice a year and hang out and in real life. And then we used to do these monthly. We need to get back into the habit, but
that'd be nice.
So yeah, that's kind of how we met. All Marvel, it's through comics, really, because it was Marvel War of Heroes. If it wasn't for that. Speaking of mobile games, dude, Marvel Snap. Are you playing that one?
I played it for a little bit.
Holy shit, I love it. I'm addicted to that game.
Nice.
And I love that you don't have to spend money to like be successful in it.
Right.
Like, the other thing I really enjoy. Like if you want to, you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah, I did notice that. It's good.
The gameplay is like fast. I love it, man. Anybody else playing Marvel Snap? I'm curious. I absolutely love Marvel.
Get some friend IDs up in this chat, man.
Yeah,
old school.
Chris, I started reading Little Monsters. Can't wait to read Bone Orchard.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Mike, here you go. Love the Miracle Man overview.
Oh, thank you. It's all really thanks to Alan Moore and the creators of the book. All I did was show it.
What is it? The original writer? Or something
original writer, yeah.
He's going by.
Before everyone else, there was the original writer.
The original writer.
They're like, he's so good. He was the original writer. Speaking of games, I was finally able to play Spider-Man on PC.
I have not played that one yet.
Oh, dude,
are you talking about the Miles Morales one or the first?
No, the first one.
Okay, I played the first one.
Yeah.
I haven't played the Miles Morales one yet.
I don't think I've ever had that much fun just not doing anything in a game but swinging around. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so much fun. It goes so fast. And then I started playing Gotham Knights recently.
I love that game. I beat it a little while ago, but it's got high replay value, so
it's fun. The only beef I have with it so far is the vehicle, like the motorcycle, is so slow.
You gotta go faster. So many people have said that. I'm like, it's a fucking video game. I go, try running and then take the motorcycle and tell me which one's faster or slower.
Yeah, but after Spider-Man, you're just like, hey man, come on, you can beef this up.
That's true. But here's the thing: who are you playing as? I know you can kind of bounce around, but do you have anybody that you're specifically playing as?
I started with Red Hood and then I switched to Nightwing.
Okay, so when you get to Nightwing and you unlock his night movement or whatever. Yeah. Have you gotten to that part yet where you unlock his night movement? Once you unlock his night movement, dude, you'll never use the motorcycle again.
Okay. It's like a thing.
Yeah, it's like a hang glider, basically. So you'll just get around via hang glider. You can just go over buildings and shit. And like it's a glider, but really as long as you hold down and so he stays up it'll never run out. Like it's
interesting.
It's basically like a jet, like that you're hang gliding on.
That's cool.
Red Hood, I played as him a lot too. That's who I ended up like finally just going all the way through it with was Red Hood. And he has this mystical leap. That one, dude, it's fun as shit to play as, but when you're like having to do the challenges and things, it gets super frustrating because it's not as easy as like Nightwing's glider.
Okay.
I don't know what Robin and Batwoman do or Batgirl do. I haven't gotten to those ones yet, but it's got high replay value though.
Okay. Yeah. Having 4 characters to play it through with and do all that stuff with night patrols.
Yeah, it's fun, dude. I like Gotham Knights. Right now, actually, get this, dude. So I am playing, it just came out yesterday. I bought the Legendary Edition yesterday. Marvel's Midnight Suns.
I've seen the trailers. It looks great.
Dude, I had zero interest in this game until yesterday because initially I was looking forward to it. And then I found out it's like this card-based, turn-based style thing. And I was like, oh, screw this. Like, that's not my jam. And then I kept seeing really solid reviews though from like IGN and Game Informer and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't know, we'll check it out. Dude, so I got it. I went in deep. I don't know why, but I went balls deep and bought the Legendary Edition. I'm glad I did. But dude, this game is so much fun.
Really?
Yes, it is a blast. So anybody on the fence about Marvel's Midnight Suns, I highly recommend it. I've
Mhm.
never played XCOM or anything like that. I guess the battles are turn-based, which that I like, but like the card thing, I guess it's based on like a kind of like XCOM, but I never
Like you
played
get
that.
move points and then
Yeah,
like
like that
attack
kind of
points
stuff.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
so I'm a noob when it comes to that stuff. So I thought I
Mhm.
was gonna hate it, but I actually really like it. It's strategic. You got to think.
Right.
Um,
Right.
your character is like this new creation called the Hunter. And you can be either kind of like Mass Effect with Commander Shepard. You can be like
Okay.
male or female, and then you can like customize your facial things a little bit, and some basic
Okay.
customizations. But then when you fight, you get to fight as everybody, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Iron Man,
Okay. Gotcha.
Magic, everybody.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty sick, dude. It's
Cool.
a really fun game. I'm only like 3 or 4 hours in, but I dig it. And people that have reviewed it, dude, they are like, I'm 75 hours in and I still haven't beat it.
Wow. Okay.
So you're definitely gonna get your money's worth.
Nice. Well, as long as it's better than that atrocious Avengers game.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's what I was afraid of too. But no, dude, this game is sick. So I do
Okay.
highly recommend Midnight Suns and Gotham Knights. Those are both really awesome games.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
Um,
enjoyed Gotham Knights so far.
and Marvel Snap. I enjoy Marvel Snap too.
There you go.
K Dog, have we seen the new Transformers trailer? I did. I saw it today, actually. Have you seen it
I
yet?
didn't know there was one.
It just dropped, I think, today or yesterday.
Oh wow, you
It's a
cutting edge over here.
Transformers Rise of the Beast. It's a teaser trailer, but
Mhm.
I would say even as a teaser, it's still a pretty solid trailer. I wish we could play it on here and show everybody, but I
Can
guess
we?
if we do that, we'll get like
It's not like
yanked
we
or
monetize this or
whatever.
anything.
What?
Not like we monetize these live streams or anything. I mean,
So we wouldn't get yanked? Is that what you're saying?
actually we might get yanked. I don't know how it works. I thought they would like maybe demonetize us, but
Yeah, I don't know. I
I'll
guess
watch it in silence,
other
man.
people have gotten yanked when they do that stuff.
Mhm.
Oh man, the Big Ten. I know you don't watch football, but the Big Ten game is on tonight, the Big Ten championship, and I'm a massive Michigan fan, and I'm hoping, man, they're ranked number 2 in the country right now.
Is it happening right now?
Yeah, they're tied
Oh wow.
7-7 at the end of the first, so I'm a little nervous about that one because
Well, I'm sorry, man.
they should be a little further along. They're playing Purdue, man. They shouldn't be.
Uh,
We'll see what happens.
how long are the games?
Like 4 15-minute quarters, so they take like, I don't know, 3 hours or so. A little shorter than hockey games. So that's the other thing too, dude. Also tonight, the Kraken play at 9.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I was like, gotta watch my boys play tonight.
Yeah. All right.
So
I mean, we can wrap this up by then. We got time.
yeah. So anyways, yeah. So the Kraken are playing UFC fight nights tonight. Like, there's so much going on
Wow.
tonight. I'm like, ah.
Are you keeping up with FIFA as well, or no, is that not your cup of tea?
That's so. I mean, I'm not really a big. I've never really gotten into soccer or football only because I don't understand it. But I started actually watching that new show on
FIFA
Hulu, that
Uncovered or
Welcome
what?
to Wrexham,
Oh. Oh, what
with
is that?
Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, about how they buy like a small time football club in Wrexham, and because of that documentary, it got me interested more into the sport of soccer as well, or football. But I love that documentary because it's not just focused on them. Like, you actually learn about like the town and the people behind the town and the
Okay.
players, and like you start to like root for people.
Right. Nice.
So because of that, I actually got more hooked into it. And my brother's a massive fan, so he's kind of teaching me some stuff. From what I understand, the rules are very similar to hockey, so that helps.
Right. Yeah.
But I saw that the
Yeah.
U.S. got knocked out. I got a buddy that's like a massive fan, and he follows the World Cup every year. And I guess the U.S. just recently got knocked out by, I think, Netherlands.
Yeah, I
So
mean, it's happening. Canada didn't make it past the first round either, but the fact that they got in at all is incredible. Scored a goal, first Canada World Cup goal. Got to witness it. Don't tell my coworkers. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, yeah, you mentioned you've been getting into hockey a lot. That's
hell yeah, dude! I love it. I
exciting, man.
love it. Love it. Love it.
It's really the thing is with a lot of sports, like Soccer's it can be kind of boring to watch, fun to play. But like hockey's both. It's fun to watch and fun to play.
Hockey is extremely fast paced, which is what I really love about it. And then I also learned so before I really kind of started watching it, I thought, the only kind of shots really were like slap shots and wrist shots, you know what I mean? Like just your normal shots. I didn't realize that there's so many like tricks and like finesse and like little things that they can do, like the one where I guess some people call it the Michigan, where the guy comes around the back of the net and like lifts the puck up on his blade and then kind of throws it into the net. I'm like, oh shit. Like it's just, there's so many like amazing things to it that I've never realized before that just made me be like, the game of hockey is beautiful to watch.
It is.
So it's amazing. I think I've been a football fan my whole life, but I think hockey might actually overtake football.
Hot damn.
Like I'm still gonna watch football, but like hockey is just more fun. Like there's so much more like finesse to it, and just the being able to pass the puck at full speed on the ice and shit like that, dude. Like watching them do it, I'm like, dude, I'm blown away. Like it's impressive shit. So
it's wild stuff. Especially watching those NHL players do it. I mean, they're amazing.
But go ahead.
That's awesome, man. You just wait until like the Olympics and it's US versus Canada gold medal games. That'll be
it's like teammates playing each other and shit.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it gets wild. It's peak.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah, it's a good time.
I got really hooked into it.
They let them fight. I mean, it's great.
They do. Just the other night, man, Yanni Gord was fighting some Kraken fan, and for multiple reasons. But Yanni Gord got into it with a guy the other night, and it was funny. Like they both like threw down their gloves and they both went like this, and they both nodded, and then they just went at it. And like the ref had literally 10 seconds before anything even happened, where the ref could have gotten in the middle and been like, no, dude. The ref just sat back and just let him go at it, and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like if they don't let them just get their aggression out, they're probably going to trip each other and like just slash at each other the rest of the game.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's great. Awesome. I was kind of thinking like I've read like manga before, not read it, but I've seen it where there's like manga about basketball. There's one about soccer, I think. There's one about football, like American football. I think it's called Eye Shield 21. I don't think there's one for hockey. I don't know why. I guess the Japanese really just can't stand the hockey.
I don't know, maybe.
The only sort of comic thing I've ever read related to hockey was Roughneck by Jeff Lemire. And I guess
Essex County,
that as well.
Which is also Jeff Lemire, which
is also, it's all just the Canadian guy.
Yeah, it's just
Jeff's like, what about hockey and comics, guys? I was like, no. Jeff, stop. You're taking it too far, man. Stick to the supernatural and superhero stuff.
But so you have not seen the Transformers trailer?
I just watched it.
Yeah, what do you think?
It looks cool. I mean, all the Transformer trailers look cool, though. That's the thing.
Well,
they all look cool. So did the Fast and Furious movie trailers.
Well, but here's the thing: Bumblebee, like the last installment of the Transformers universe, was actually really good because they actually made the Transformers look and act like the Gen 1 cartoons almost. You know what I mean? Like it was like they looked like their classic. It wasn't like Michael Bay's like mixture of, you can't tell their head from their chest, from their arms. Like it was just weird and just a jumbled mess of.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Metal. Like I'm just not a fan of the Michael Bay stuff, but Bumblebee was sick. It was so well done. Everybody looked like they're like how they should. It was awesome. I was watching the trailer for this one, and I was blown away at RC. I saw RC pop up and I was like, oh shit, it's RC. And she looks just like she does in the comics. Like it's amazing. Like she looks awesome. So there's RC, and then I'm not big into the beast names, like as when the Transformers Beast Wars came out, I was a little bit older. So I was kind of like getting out of that stuff. And then when I tried watching it like 20 or 30 years later, like 20 years later, I guess it would have been, when I got like back into nerdy shit again. The CGI from back in the day is just so hard to watch. So I'm like, I'm having trouble with
Yeah,
Beast Wars
I get
show.
that.
I heard the writing in the show itself is just absolutely incredible. You just got to take that CGI with a grain of salt because it was done like 1998 or
Sure.
something like that. It's like the CGI was like,
Reboot.
yeah, it was like reboot, dude. It's a lot like
I
reboot.
remember that Transformers show. I remember
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that was my
So I don't really
childhood.
know much about the actual like Beast Wars itself, but I will say Gorilla Prime, or I don't know what his name is because I never got into the Beast Wars. Looked amazing, looked absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think if they do kind of like what they did with Bumblebee, it'll be sick. And RC looked awesome. So I was
Good to
like,
know.
this is dope.
I haven't watched Bumblebee. Maybe I'll need to check that out.
Oh,
Change my
dude,
opinion.
Bumblebee's great.
Okay.
Yeah, Bumblebee was awesome.
Nice. I will say I've been. Oh, let's do some questions. Do some comments.
Spoiler free for anyone. So spoiler free question here for anyone who hasn't read it. What do you guys think of Why the Last Man's ending? Do you think it suffers from having so many possible endings, especially being post-apocalyptic? I read Why the Last Man 4 years ago, and so I'm having a hard time remembering how it all ended. I remember how it ended, but I don't remember like the little details of how it ended, if that makes sense.
I think I don't know. I kind of like its ending. It's tough to end a series that goes on for like 60 issues. But the good thing about the ending is I felt like it gave a lot of closure for various parts of characters'
I remember feeling
lives.
satisfied.
For sure, yeah, because you get a lot of closure with all the characters. So I mean, there's some questions about what happened with the window and the straight jacket and things like that, but
oh yeah.
That's as spoiler free as I can get with giving away the so I mean, I don't know, I kind of like that aspect of it because you get the closure and then you get that sort of like Yorick being Yorick, look at that. I don't know, I kind of liked it. It makes me want to read it again just thinking about that last issue. It's so good.
Overall, it's a really great book. It was one of those books that I kept putting off for years and years and years, and everybody kept saying, you need to read this, and I was like, well, what is it about? And they're like, this guy York and his monkey, and he's like the last man on Earth, and the Earth is run by women. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a very entertaining book to me. Like, and they're like, I can't do it justice explaining it to you. Like, you just have to read it to understand it. And I was like, I guess. So about 4 years ago, I finally got around to reading it, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
I read, I think, the entire series in like a week or two. Just blown away by it. Such a good series. Same thing with Essex County. I remember that being another book where I was like, man, I don't know, dude. I was like, it just sounds boring. Like I flipped through it and like I read like what it's about, and I go, there's nothing that sounds interesting at all about Essex County. It sounds boring.
I
And
remember
like, you just gotta read it, man.
You sent me the synopsis and you're like, dude, are you serious?
Yep.
I was like, small town in Ontario, wherever Canada that has some drama in it. And you're like, why should I bother?
Yeah, I was like, this does not sound interesting at all. And then you're like, just read it. And so one night I got really bored, and I think I read the entire thing in like 3 hours. And I remember messaging you throughout it being like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then like when it got done, I think I messaged you and I was like, dude, I got tears in my eyes. This book is incredible.
Especially if someone flips through it too. Nothing against Jeff Lemire's artwork. I love his art, but if someone
were to what it is, but if you don't know what it is, then
if someone flipped through it, they'd be like, what are you telling me to read? Not only does it sound boring, but it looks like, it's not like an Ivan Reyes drawing or like I don't know, some great artist whose name I'm forgetting now. Yeah. It's just funny. Yeah, you can't describe every comic well.
Yep. Hello from the UK, by the way. Love the channel, guys. Read so much Brian K. Vaughan thanks to yous. Oh, awesome.
Hey, anytime. Brian K. Vaughan sells himself. What can you do?
Sunflower says that they want to read Why the Last Man. We both highly recommend that one. Jeffy Nat, hello.
Hey, Jeffy.
What's up, Jeffy? Jeffy. Comic Nut. I'm playing the new Sonic game, and it's so much fun.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, that one looked interesting too. That one looked pretty good. Is Comic Nut? Is that Andrew? Comic Nut. If you're
Oh,
still watching,
maybe.
are you Andrew? If so, what up, man? If you're not Andrew, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet another nut.
Nice to meet another nut. If y'all are into classic survival horror, which I am, I love survival horror games. Play Signalis. It's indie, PS1 style sci-fi
Ooh,
survival horror in the vein
that
of
is
Resident Evil.
terrifying.
I'll have to check that one out.
In Resident Evil games, as a kid, those are terrifying. That and like Dino Crisis, I think they were called. Oh my god. I'd be like 8 or 9 years old playing these games, terrified, unable to move the character.
I remember the first time we played. So I think when it first came out, I was in high school when we played Resident Evil 2. And I remember like me and my friends would be playing it and we'd be like, all right, dude, we got to turn off all the lights. Like we got to like play in the dark and whatever.
Right.
And none of us had ever played the game before. So we didn't know what was coming. But I'm not going to spoil, but again, the game's been out for decades. When
Someone gets mad at this.
Yeah, when the liquor shows up, like towards like the kind of beginning-ish of the game, like where he pops down from the ceiling or whatever, and the dude scared the living shit out of me. And then the jump scare, like you're walking through that hallway, I think it's right before the liquor comes out, like you're walking down the hallway and there's like a jump scare where like I think they break their arms through the boarded windows or something. Scared the living shit out of me. I had never seen a game like that before. That was my first time ever playing a game like that. I think the closest I'd ever come before that was Doom on the PC.
Right.
And that wasn't the same at all. So I mean,
man,
it was wicked. And then I remember getting into the Silent Hill games.
Oh my
scaring
god,
the shit out of myself playing those.
Yeah. Nothing like a good horror game. I don't know. Have you ever played Dead Space?
Yes. I haven't played the sequels. I did play the first one though when it came out.
Yeah, we played that. I remember getting it sort of around Halloween time and calling a couple of friends over. We thought it'd be cool to just like play it all lights off, everything. I mean, just within I think an hour, we're like, let's play something else. Let's play like Halo. Screw this. I mean, it's not that fun. We don't want to play this anymore. We're just terrified little pussies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but deep down, you guys were all like, "Dude, this game's scary."
Terrified. The multiple times we jumped up and you'd hear someone do that.
Guys, let's play Mario Brothers.
Let's get some nice music.
I need a palate cleanser.
I need a mushroom right now. I need something happy. I need to hit a Koopa, please.
Shit.
I'm tired of trying to shoot limbs off of alien zombie creatures.
Yeah.
But thanks for the recommendation, Natural Bridge. Nice to have you.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out. Chris, I know the end of Y was a tearjerker, but I felt it was jolting for me and honestly not my favorite. I think it was fine, but like you said, for me, not so much.
Fair enough.
And then he went on to say, I think the ending could have gone a different way for me to have felt Vaughn stuck the landing, but I see why it's a favorite for many. My Dixie wrecked.
Hey.
Good to see you again. Time to burn a big fatty. Well, fucking enjoy that fatty, sir or ma'am.
I'll be doing that right after this for sure.
Ooh, yes. Do you guys think graphic novels should be used in education as a teaching tool? Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Not only could you potentially get kids that are not interested in reading, doing that, but there's other books like that aren't even like I think when people think of graphic novels that don't know what they're talking about, they think, Batman, Spider-Man, the Avengers, like they think like those types of books. They don't, but as we all know, there's so much more to that stuff.
Right.
And so, yeah, there's a lot of indie titles where I think it would be amazing. Like Essex County would be a great one to have kids read.
Yeah.
There's lots and lots of books like that. Hell, Gideon Falls would be a good one for kids to read. Ice Cream Man, like,
for kids to read.
Well, maybe not kids, like high school. You know what I mean? Like, like in English lit classes. You know what I mean? Like, dude, that would be sick.
I mean, I think I've heard that books like Mouse and like Sandman have been used in courses.
That'd be a good one.
Dude, I remember listening to Fat Man on Batman, and Jim Lee said that he learned English reading comic books when he immigrated here. I mean, there are so many uses to comic books. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, anything by like Alan Moore is like, to not use that in a writing class. I mean,
Yeah, Swamp Thing.
they're like
Come on.
undeniable. I haven't heard any. I mean, maybe someone said they don't like an Alan Moore book, but I don't even believe them. I don't think they've actually read it. It's like undeniably good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
Swamp Thing would be a great one for like a even a college course, dude.
Yeah,
Swamp Thing and
yeah,
Sandman, both those would be amazing for college courses.
yeah. I mean, so many comics are also a commentary of the times too, and like a, I don't know, like a representation. I mean, I think I told you about this, maybe just like in a text chat we had, but I remember reading an issue in my Incredible Hulk bind about AIDS, where I was like, holy crap, man. Like I never thought they had so many situations in it where Betty's dealing with like a guy calling her saying he's gonna kill himself because he has AIDS, but he doesn't want people thinking he's gay because he's like an ex-Marine, has a lot of football friends, things like that. I was like, I wasn't around for that epidemic, but like there was so much going on in that issue. I'm like, this is Hulk. I shouldn't, like, this shouldn't be, I shouldn't feel like I'm part of this epidemic. I feel like I'm in this era where AIDS is alive and causing this, no one knows what's happening with it, no one knows what's causing it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was wild. There's so many cool things that comics can do, that can teach people things.
Yep.
It's the
So
only way
yeah,
I like to read now.
definitely. I'm trying to get my kid into reading more. He's like, I'll do audiobooks. I'm like,
Audiobooks.
So but he really likes anime and stuff. So I'm like, how
Want to
about
read
these
while he
mangas?
drives?
I was like, do you want to try reading manga? I go, I will buy you the brand new entire box set of all of My Hero Academia. Like, he goes, no, I won't read it. Save your money.
Dude, the Demon Slayer box set was like $100 off on Amazon. I told a couple of my friends to pick it up. It's a big series apparently. I haven't read it, but I hear good things.
Yeah, he's seen the anime. He knows it. He goes, yeah, I love that show. And I'm like, well, don't you want to read the anime or the manga? And he goes, no.
He can find out how it ends. The anime doesn't even have the ending.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He
Wow.
refuses to watch that stuff. He could give a shit less.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we both saw he's a fan of like the voice actors, and he's really into the anime. I mean,
dude, speaking of, Planet Comic-Con is coming up in March, I think.
True.
Are you coming?
I probably can. March, perfect. That might actually work. I'm down to come. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Let me double check.
Do it.
I think it's like the end of March.
Okay, nice. That might work out really well because Carolina's going to Greece for a wedding, so it might be
there you go.
Might be kismet.
Let's see. It keeps talking about 2022, and I'm like, no. When's 2023? Also, though, speaking of Planet Comic-Con, they are doing because you know how we kept joking around last time we were there about how it seems like it just keeps becoming more of an anime con.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Planet Comic-Con is doing Planet Comic-Con in March, and then in October they're doing a full-on anime con.
Okay,
Planet Anime.
It makes sense.
So I'm like, sweet, maybe they will actually like get away from all the anime crap when we go, and they have their own anime con.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, now I'm gonna have to take my kid to that one.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I think honestly the last con had a decent amount of comic related panels.
No, it did, but
creators.
Man,
but yeah, I agree.
Overrun by anime stuff by far.
I agree.
Like, it was hardcore, and my kid was in love. He absolutely loved every minute of it.
Right.
But yeah, Planet Anime is in October of next year, and then Planet Comic-Con is March 17th through the 19th.
Nice. I'm guessing they don't have anything on creators just yet.
They have a couple people. Chris Claremont.
Oh,
he's been there before. I've met him before.
Interesting.
Amanda Connor.
Nice.
Rachel Lee Cook. She's an actress, but God, she's hot.
Okay.
Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Love that show. Giancarlo Esposito will be there.
Nice.
Yes. Jimmy Palmiotti, of course. Amanda Connor will be there.
Right.
And then Roy Thomas is going to be there.
Okay.
And then the rest so far seem to be actors. Okay. William Shatner will be there. If you want to meet Captain Kirk.
Yeah, maybe.
That's all they've got announced so far. So the only creators are Amanda, Jimmy, Claremont,
How,
and then
how
Glow
much do you
Comics.
how much do you think Shatner charges for like a 10-15 second, like if we could get him to do like a video intro thing, like a
Oh, holy
voiceover?
shit, dude, probably a few hundred at least. I think just for a signature, it's over 100.
That'd be it'd be really good. First of all, I forgot to say this because it's been a while, but R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. It's a shame he's
Oh, yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
It would have been so cool to get a cameo from him that we could turn into like intro audio when he was alive. I didn't think of it, but maybe that's a move we go
Yeah,
into
and
if
he
I
was
ever
at
get
the
some money.
con that we were at too,
Wow,
but the line was, like, so long to meet
that's
him.
right.
Yeah, him and JDF, Jason David Frank, the Green
Hmm.
Ranger. Yeah, they both have
That's right.
passed since.
Yeah.
That's sad stuff.
Yeah, it's rough. Yep. I mean, I think we all knew it, man. It's going to be a tough day when Mark. Anyway, we don't have to dwell on
Yeah.
future things like that. But yeah, that would have been really cool. Yeah, I guess we can't really, uh, you know, justify a few hundred to get a William Shatner intro. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know, maybe it could bring us business. Is the investment worth it?
We should have seen
Um,
what Murr would have charged. Probably would have been cheaper.
dude, that one would have been dope.
Yeah.
He was cool as hell, man. Murr was awesome. Did you get Scory or something? No, I didn't even know that was out. Well, now I'm gonna have to go back and get all those. Scorriers is great, man.
They're doing summer volumes.
Yeah,
What's
they
Warrior
have
Summer?
seasons
Seasons.
or whatever.
Oh, okay, cool.
Natural Bridge says, speaking of Essex County, y'all got to read Royal City. It's my favorite Lemire book.
I've read it.
I've tried. No, I didn't try. I flipped through it, and again, it was one of those books where I was like, that doesn't seem appealing. Is it good?
It's a good time, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing where you look at it and it's kind of in like an industrial small town, but man, the way Jeff Lemire writes, he just creates this magic. It doesn't even make sense. It's cool.
Right.
It's cool. I recommend it. It's a little supernatural vibe to it.
If someone wanted to start reading graphic novels for the first time, where would
Oh
you guys
boy.
recommend they start? Oh, that's a loaded question.
Yeah. That's always like the toughest video to make. I've thought about that before, like where to start reading comics, but
Well, the problem is everybody's interests are different, and so like comics these days, there's such a wide variety of styles and
yeah.
you know premises and things that it really depends. Like, so for me, I love supernatural, ghosts, heaven and hell, demon thing. Like that's the kind of stuff I like. I love a lot of other different things too, but that's like I love and horror. Like I
Right.
love that kind of stuff.
Right.
So as that kind of a fan, I would definitely recommend like Ice Cream Man, or I would
Mhm.
recommend Gideon Falls, or I would recommend what's the one that Lock and Key. Ooh,
Lock and Key,
definitely
yeah.
Lock and Key. Hands down Lock and Key. Um so yeah, there's like, Sandman. Like those are things that I would recommend. But I also love comedy. So if you can intermix comedy with that stuff too, like The Goon is by far one of my all-time
Yes.
favorite books.
Yeah.
So if you can intermix that, then you have. So it just kind of depends on what each individual's into. If they're
Right.
into mystery and noir, I would recommend anything by Brubaker
Oh
and
yeah.
So
Rucka.
yeah,
Yeah.
Rucka, that's another good one. Do they
Yeah.
like female-led, you know, protagonist, as the main character? Like if that's the case, then anything by Rucka's great. A lot of the stuff by I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. She wrote Gail Simone.
Gail Simone,
Anything
yeah.
by Gail Simone is really
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
So it just really depends on what that person or what kind of stuff they're into, their
Yeah.
interests are.
Yeah. If I were to say, I always give 3 recommendations for people looking to get into superhero comics, just because it's what got me into them.
Yep.
Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, Watchmen by Alan Moore, and Green Lantern by Jeff Johns.
Yep.
I mean, they're all just 10 out of 10s. But I mean, honestly, if you want to get someone into graphic novels now and not superhero stuff, I'd just say give them something by Brian K. Vaughan.
Give
That's
them
it.
Saga. So
Yeah.
Paper Girls. Paper Girls is a
Paper
lot
Girls.
shorter. You can give them Paper Girls. That's a
Or
great book
Why
too.
the Last Man, or
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth, or I mean, so many good Vertigo titles out there that could get people into into comics. If you want them, if someone's looking to get into superheroes but not Marvel or DC, just give them Invincible and say you're
Yeah,
welcome.
Invincible. Say, buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, if with the boys, I mean, yeah, so
Yep.
many great choices out there.
It is Andrew. No, I have not bound anything in probably close to a year now. I don't know why. I just have piles of shit just sitting in my room.
Binding dry spell.
Yeah, I mean, I have stuff to bind. Like, there's literally stacks of books, and I just
Right. Yeah, it happens.
just haven't
Hey, it ain't
gotten
free.
around to it. Thoughts on Wakanda Forever? Have you seen it yet?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I have too. So it took me a long time though. I was gonna see it when I was in Baltimore, and then I didn't end up going. So I was like, shit, now I gotta find time to see it. So I finally just saw it on Tuesday. Tuesday,
Yeah.
I think, is when I saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so without spoiling anything, because it is still a fairly new movie.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna spoil anything, but here's what I will say about Wakanda Forever. Obviously we all know they had to handle the Chadwick thing, right?
Yes.
We all knew that was coming. They're obviously. I think the way in which they handled the Chadwick thing is absolutely incredible. I think it was really well done. I think
Yeah,
you
I
could
agree.
tell all the it just had all the feels, you know. It almost made me tear up a couple times when they were
Yeah.
doing it. So it just really hit hard. I think Angela Bassett had one of the greatest performances ever in a Marvel movie. I think as a Black Panther movie, I don't think it was really. I don't want to spoil anything. I think the movie's great overall, but I wouldn't call it a Black Panther movie, which I think is why people are just calling it Wakanda Forever, because that's really more what it is. It's more about a movie about Wakanda than it is the Black Panther.
Right.
So if you can, I thought it was going to be more centered on the Black Panther, though. I thought that was kind of going to be more what it was, and it wasn't. So just go in knowing that it's more Wakanda focused, not Black Panther focused, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
But overall, the way they handled the Chadwick stuff was absolutely incredible. Again, no spoilers, but I think a lot of this is common knowledge anyway. But a lot of the stuff with Namor, is they had to change it because I think they didn't want, because Aquaman's coming out and it's like they're both from Atlantis, and I think they just didn't want to confuse
Right.
anybody, so they had
Yeah.
to take some liberties with Namor.
Yep.
So I get why they did it, and I like the direction they went with it. I thought it was kind of unique. I was like, all right, that's a cool take on it. I'm down for that. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
overall it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite what I expected going in, I
Sure.
think.
Sure. I mean, I had zero expectations going in, so I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was fun. Yeah, I think the Chadwick stuff was really, really nicely handled. You know, they did like the whole silent intro, which was nicely done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a fine movie. I'm kind of, I don't know, most of the Marvel movies now, they kind of coast around like good, like a 7 out of 10 for me. I'd give this one like an 8 out of 10. I really like the Namor stuff. I thought it was a cool direction to take it in. I didn't even think about the Aquaman like Atlantis stuff. I was like, why would they change it up? But that makes sense. The the ankle wings were as cheesy as I thought they were gonna be, but they somehow worked, and I didn't mind them.
It was badass, dude. I
Yeah,
loved it. I
it
would have been
worked.
sad if they didn't have the ankle wings, to be
Right,
honest with you.
right.
So
Yeah,
I
it
was
worked well. The only thing is watching that movie made me realize how epic it would have been to have Chadwick Black Panther versus this Namor. It would have been so epic. That's the only thing that sucks is we don't get to see that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with the future of the franchise. I guess I don't know. I don't know. Is Marvel really working that far in the future? I don't know. Like without giving spoilers away, like are they really thinking that far ahead?
I mean, I'd bet money they are. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, they're
I
in phase
guess I
5
guess you
right now,
have to.
dude.
Yeah, I
They're
guess
in phase 5 for fuck's sake.
it's on its scale unheard of in terms of planning movies and the future of intellectual property. It's
Yes.
crazy.
So here's a question: so when you went and saw Black Panther, did they show the trailer like before the movie and they show trailers and stuff? Did they show the trailer for Creed 3?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So obviously Michael B. Jordan, was Killmonger and Black Panther and stuff, and then I guess he directed Creed 3. I don't know if it's his directorial debut or not, but he's directing Creed 3, and the villain of Creed 3, I was looking at him and I go,
Yeah.
God, that dude looks familiar. I go, where do I know him
Didn't
from?
I just see him on another trailer they just played?
Yeah, it's motherfucking Kang.
Yeah.
It's Jonathan Majors, who I was also actually a big fan of. I learned who Jonathan Majors was initially from an HBO show that he did
Lovecraft.
called Lovecraft Country.
Yes. So
And
good.
such a phenomenal show.
So
If you
good.
guys have never seen Lovecraft Country, I
Oh,
highly recommend it.
unreal.
It's such a great show.
Yeah. And
Um,
Majors in that was just
yeah, so he was
phenomenal.
absolutely incredible in that. And so I'm like, well, fuck, it's Kang. And then I saw him in Kang in in the Loki series and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, it's Kang. But in Creed 3, holy fuck, is he jacked?
Dude. Between
He's bigger than Michael B. Jordan, and Michael B.
crazy.
Jordan gets jacked. Like,
They're sculpted.
holy
They're straight up
shit.
sculpted out of marble. It makes zero sense.
Dude, he's like more jacked than Hemsworth is Thor.
It's
Like,
wild.
I don't know what kind of
Yeah. They're
juice
gonna
that
use
dude was on, but
they're gonna use his shoulders
shit.
for the next version of Things CGI. They're
Yeah.
just gonna put his shoulders on.
Yeah, that
It's
dude was
crazy.
jacked. Like, I was watching the Creed 3 trailer just going, oh my
Oh yeah.
god, he is massive.
Yeah.
But it made me
Yeah.
excited to see Creed 3 because I
Yeah,
really
me
like
too.
Jonathan Majors. He's become an actor that I enjoy watching. So I was like, ooh, this is good.
I got excited for Quantum Mania as well. I didn't think I'd
Yes,
be so
Quantum
excited
Mania looks
for it.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
They showed Kang asking Ant-Man for help, and I was like, where is this going?
Yeah, yeah. They know exactly what they're doing, and it's working. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's I feel like this next phase of Marvel seems more. It has me a bit more hopeful. We'll see.
So here's one, and this isn't a spoiler or anything for Black Panther. But before I had seen the movie, I kept hearing people like say something. I tried not to pay attention because I didn't want to hear any spoilers before I saw it, but I would hear people say something about Doctor Doom. They're like, does Black Panther 2 set up Doctor Doom or whatever? And I was like, oh fuck. So like the whole time I'm watching Black Panther 2, right? Even after credit scenes and everything, I keep expecting Doctor Doom to fucking show up, and it never happens. He's never even mentioned. So I was like super bummed because I read something about people talking about Doctor Doom, and so I thought for sure that he was in the movie, and then come to find out there's absolutely nothing to do with Doctor Doom. So do you have any idea what the hell they're talking about? Is it just because they brought in Namor, so now they're like, oh, because of Namor we can bring in the Fantastic Four and Doom?
Maybe, but like, I don't know. Is it
Because
even a
Namor is
spoiler
always
to
trying to bang Sue Storm, like in the comics.
Yeah, like Doctor Strange kind of pointed to Multiverse of Madness already kind of pointed to the Fantastic Four
Yeah,
stuff,
because
but
they had Mr. Fantastic in
right,
the damn thing.
Illuminati, yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything. Did they even mention like Latveria or something? Maybe I
no,
don't know.
I have no idea where
Maybe if
to.
I could have like it would have made sense if there was a scene where like Namor was talking. He'd be like, now we'll have Wakanda and Latveria on our side or something. He'd be like, oh shit, Doctor Doom's saying if there's a war in the future, we'll have them on our side. But no, they didn't do anything like that. No.
Yeah, unless I missed it, I didn't hear anything. So I was
Yeah,
like,
if anyone knows.
yeah, I was super bummed, dude. I was so jacked. I was like, yeah, Doctor Doom's gonna be in this, and I waited for like 3 hours, and there was no Doctor Doom. Andrew, as a teacher, Andrew, for those that don't know, he's a good friend of ours. He is a history teacher, down south, and that's awesome, man. He keeps old trades in his classroom to try to get students into comics. That's dope.
It's just multiple copies of Southern Bastards Volume 1.
That's another good book that they
It is
never
a
finished.
fantastic book, yeah.
I'm reading The History of Science Fiction. It's incredible. Satchel Paige, and my favorite graphic novel of 2 years ago was Slaughterhouse-Five. That is true educational graphic novels.
Cool.
Comic books and graphic novels are different, though. I work in a public library. Lots of folks think of only exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I keep reading that people who produce superhero comics are upset with wokeness being embedded in stories. Is this really a problem? Thoughts?
It depends how you define it. I
It
mean,
depends on how the writer handles it as well. There's
yeah.
definitely different ways and different styles of the ways that writers handle it.
Look, there are definitely writers, and I don't know if I even necessarily know names off the top of my head, where if I pick up one of their books, I kind of know what I'm getting myself into. Where I know there's going to be some wokeness, there's going to be characters that are,
What's his
trans
name?
or whatever it may be.
Daniel
Kibblesmith.
Daniel
He was
Kibblesmith.
one of them. Yeah, I mean, there are some writers that kind of lean that way, but I don't know. People say that stuff about Marvel. They say that stuff about DC. I mean, I know DC's made some changes with sexual interests for some characters, but I don't know if I necessarily. I don't know. Sometimes, yeah, it's like you said. If it's natural, I mean, that's kind of where I feel like DC's usually excelled, is keeping things feeling natural. Like introducing a Green Lantern who's Muslim didn't feel forced at all, took multiple story arcs and was a great story. It didn't feel like super forced.
Yeah, that was a dope one. And not only that, but they also brought in Jessica Cruz. They brought in like a Mexican female as a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And again, it didn't feel forced. It just felt like, hey, this is a brand new character. And you're like, oh, dope.
Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't read the Robin stuff. I think it was Jeff Lemire that, I think I don't know if he's bisexual or I don't know what they wound up settling on, but I'm sure Lemire handled it very well. And I'm sure by the end of it, I won't care and I'll have just enjoyed the story. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are some comics out there that lean a certain way, especially like if it's an indie book and it's a writer and you go on their Twitter and you can see their Twitter profiles very woke, you know what to expect with that title. So
yeah, but I think it's all in the way that they handle it too.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a problem necessarily. It's just it'll be there.
There's some books though, like you were saying with DC, where it just feels natural. And I think DC does a great job with that. There are some Marvel books I've read where it doesn't feel as natural, and it does almost feel forced to a degree. And I don't think it's a problem, because different strokes for different folks. I think everybody's going to find something that they like. But for me personally, if it feels forced, I'm not as big of a fan. But if it feels natural, like they're like, hey, this is a new character. Like people got super pissed off when Jason Aaron made The Mighty Thor with Jane Foster, right? Everybody's like, Thor's a woman, and read that fucking title and you tell me that that's not an amazing book.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? That book was phenomenal. So you go read that, and then you come back and tell me that wasn't awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just all in how they handle it.
Yeah.
Did y'all see Where They?
Ooh, the suspense.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, where did that go? Did y'all see Where They? Where they what? Tell me.
Where they? Is that a new movie? Where they?
Have you guys read any good books lately? I also just started Astro City. I'm loving it.
Nice.
So I really want to start Astro City. That's been on my wish list of reading for a long time. The problem that I'm having with Astro City is I don't know where the fuck to start, because there's like so much like side things and stuff. I guess like I have a hard time. I need to find a reading order. But I do want to read Astro City. Right now, like up until recently, I haven't really read jack shit. Up until about a couple weeks ago. But I will say some of the things that I'm reading right now that I've been really blown away by. Again, it's only one issue, but I'm gonna keep talking about it, dude. Specs, Boom Comics. It's a great book. It's only that one issue, but that one issue hooked me. I really liked what they did with it. And I was like, I can't wait to read more. Dark Ride is a new Image comic. There's 2 issues out by my boy Joshua Williamson, and he's teaming back up with Andre Bresson, who they did Birthright together.
Okay.
So it's the
Wow.
Birthright creator team back together
Nice.
doing Dark Ride for Image. There's 2 issues out. It's a horror amusement park book.
Nice. Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's right up my alley.
That's cool.
So there's only 2 issues, but I'm enjoying the shit out of that. Vanish, like I said earlier, by Cates and Stegman is really solid.
Right.
I really like what they're doing with that one. It came out earlier this year, but Crossover with Cates, hands down, probably one of my favorite books of 2022. It came out in
Good
2022
title.
was
Yeah.
Crossover. That book was phenomenal.
Was that
Radiant,
2022? Wow.
well, it came out, I think it started in 2021, but finished in 2022.
Okay.
Radiant Black is phenomenal. If you want to read a superhero book that doesn't just feel like your stereotypical superhero book, Radiant Black is phenomenal. Love that
Nice.
book.
Kyle
There's a
Higgins.
bunch of spin-offs I haven't read yet, but Radiant Black is sick. The old 80s, early 90s GI Joe, man, I got those custom binds in. I finished reading volume 1, and I want to do like a review video for like each volume as I read it. Like, this is what volume 1 looks like in my custom bind, and this is what I thought of it.
Right.
Volume 1 was great though. Like, I was blown away by how those books are almost 40 years old and they still stand the test of time. Like, they are so good. So good. Larry Hama is amazing, dude. He wrote GI Joe for like over 300 issues. Like, it's
crazy.
It's incredible, and those books are fucking great. So I do love the old GI Joe books. Other than that, man, I don't really think I've read much else lately. What about you? Oh, I am giving Daniel Warren Johnson a shot.
Okay.
Giving
him a shot.
Okay, so I read his Wonder Woman. I thought that was all right. I like that.
Okay.
I tried reading Murder Falcon. Couldn't really get into it, which is crazy because I'm a huge metalhead.
Yeah.
But I had a hard time with Murder Falcon. I think initially it was his art style that threw me off. Because it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think initially that kind of threw me off, but I kind of went in. So he's doing the new book right now called Do a Power Bomb. And I'm reading that. And I went into it with the mindset of, this is the artwork, you know what you're getting yourself into. Whereas with Murder Falcon, I didn't know what the hell I was getting myself into.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I was just I think I need to retry Murder Falcon, to be fair.
I love that book.
But I am enjoying Do a Power Bomb.
Okay. Sweet.
I am enjoying. Have you read it?
No, not yet.
I am enjoying it. Well, I'm
guessing it'll have a deluxe.
Let's see what he says.
I'm guessing it'll have a deluxe. I'll probably read that.
But
yeah, I mean, anything I've been reading, I've been making videos about. So aside from that, I don't know. I mean, I haven't had much time to read anything aside from new series I'm checking out. But yeah, I've just been trying to try out as many new things as possible. I mean, there's so many new titles coming out. I've recently tried to read more like OGNs, so I'll probably have a video about like recent OGNs that have blown my mind. But yeah, I mean, just whatever random thing I stumble across. I finished Brubaker's Catwoman. I read that omnibus. That was such a good time. I'd love to do a must-read Brubaker series video, but I need to read his titles.
It's gonna be all criminal titles and all the spinoffs of Criminal.
It's like all his books though. Like, what has he done that what hasn't been good?
Yep. I love his
Catwoman, Criminal.
I haven't read Catwoman, but I loved his Captain America.
Yeah.
I loved all of the Criminal books, all the spinoff of the Criminal books.
Fade Out, Fatal,
yeah,
Killer
Fatal
Be Killed.
Fantastic. Sleeper.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I don't know. He's great.
So many good books by Brubaker. His Daredevil run is ridiculous. I mean,
oh yeah, how could you forget that?
One of the only things by him I haven't read is his full Batman run. I need to read that. And I think Authority. I think he had a small run on Authority as well that I never read. But Yeah, it's so hard to do a Brubaker video because you have to talk about pretty much every title he's done and just be like, yeah, this guy's really awesome. Like he's
You look like
just
you're
amazing.
sucking cock right now. Is that
Exactly.
cock that you're
That's
sucking?
what the video would be. That's
Yeah.
basically what the video would be. It'd be on OnlyFans.
Well,
Slash the hardcover
here's the other
comic.
thing about Brubaker, dude. He has such an incredible history, like as a person. Like if you read like his bio, like that dude needs to write like a biography because he talks about how he used to be like a drug addict and all this other shit. Like I think he was
Right.
like a heroin addict or something, if I remember
Oh, I
right.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was a drug addict like
Oh my
back in
god.
his earlier days, and like it's nuts, dude.
Wow.
So yeah, he needs to write an autobiography because that would be a book I would love to read. That dude has lived an interesting life.
That seems to be the key. Like I know I'm never gonna be so good at something on a level like a Moore or a Morrison or a Brubaker or like a I don't know, whoever the best stand-up comedian is right now, the best director, because all those people have gone through stuff that's so fucked up. I've never gone through anything like that, so I'll never be the best at something as a result. Like you, it's what it is. You have to. Everyone's gone through something crazy, overcome it, and like channeled it into some creativity that has like
Mhm.
blown the world away.
Yep.
Um, it's yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. That's that's wild. I'll need to check him out more. That's what Fat Man on Batman was so great for. I don't think Brubaker ever did an episode of that, did he? God, that would have been
I don't believe
amazing.
so. Yeah, now Fat Man on Batman is now Fat Man Beyond, and it's still great. I listen to it every week, but they don't really get the interviews like where he
Yeah,
used to do, where it's like
yeah.
the one-on-one Batman creators and
I
stuff.
loved those so much, man.
Yeah,
They're
those were
so
some
good.
great interviews.
Capullo, Snyder, Morrison. I mean, I'm pretty sure
Bill
He
Adams.
had Conroy on there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Neil
dude.
Adams, Dennis O'Neil. I mean, he had
Yes.
literally everyone who had worked on
Danny
Batman.
O'Neill. God,
Jeff Loeb,
rest
Tim
in peace.
Sale. Like I
Yep.
don't, maybe Tim Sale wasn't on his podcast, but Jeff Loeb was on it. I mean, so
Tim
many.
Sale passed away this last year.
Oh
God, so
yeah,
many people
I
have.
mean, it's
Speaking of,
unfortunate.
we found out what part two was. Did y'all see Where They? Are you ready for part
Oh,
two?
part two. Okay.
Raised a ton of money to help Peter
I
David.
didn't
So
see that. I know he was trying to get money though. Yeah.
yeah, well, I don't think he was. I think they did
Oh,
it to.
fans.
So he had apparently, from what I read, he had a bunch of like mini strokes, and then he also had like a mini heart attack on top of it.
Oh, I
So
thought
the
he just
fact,
didn't pay taxes for like many years, and he
well,
was
that was another one from a couple years ago.
okay.
But
Okay.
no, this one's like legit. Like he had like a bunch of mini strokes, and
Oh
then he
wow.
had like a small heart attack, and so he's like laid up in the hospital. Like the medical bills and things are just piling up. And I mean, honestly, right now the dude's probably lucky to even be alive.
Wow.
Um, it's actually a pretty sad situation.
Damn. I didn't
Um,
know that. That's crazy.
so creators were like trying to help out his family or whatever with like their medical bills and everything.
Mm,
So they started a kind of a GoFundMe
okay.
to help out with that. But yeah, he's last I knew he was still in the hospital and whatnot.
Damn.
So prayers to him, man.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. Hope he recovers quick.
Jordan Andre, hey, it's awesome to catch a live. I've just recently gotten into comics and I've been watching a lot of your videos.
Nice to have you. Welcome,
I'm more than
Jordan.
likely been watching a lot of Mike's videos because I haven't done shit lately.
They're coming.
So
Hey, we have quite a backlog. People can catch up on a lot of great recommendations and don't slack on them. Just because some of these videos are a few years old, there are gold recommendations in them. Good
and not
comics
only
don't get
that,
old.
if you watch if you watch an old video from like 5 years ago, don't comment about the fucking sound or the microphone
Yeah, please. For the
or
love of
the
God.
fucking way that it was filmed with one hand or what have you. Like that video's 5 years old, okay?
That
Like
cracks me up, man. You need to get a better mic. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, I knew that.
it's
I
like yeah,
knew
that
that.
video's 5 years old. Have you seen
Yeah.
anything recently? Like
I took that was recorded. The book was sitting on my bed in my university dorm. What do you want from
yeah,
me?
it was like I think one of them was like the old Batman Neil Adams omnibus or whatever. And they're like, you need to get an overhead camera, use two hands. Da, da, da. It's
9
like,
years
dude, that
old.
video is old as shit. Like people have beginnings.
It was like a 480p video.
And you know what's funny though, dude? If you go back, I don't know if it's just because they're older, But those videos that we did, like when we used to just hold like a camera, like our phone, and with one hand and do this, those are actually our most watched videos.
Yeah, I
Like if
know.
you go back and look, like Neil Adams Batman Omnibus,
I know.
Batman and Robin Omni that I did. I don't remember.
That's what
There's a bunch of them. Like, those are our most watched videos.
that's what I
We filmed them
realized.
like this back in the day. We try to
Like,
up our value, and people quit watching them.
it's crazy. I've realized that, yeah, as we make more videos where we like show ourselves, like I don't think people want to look at me though. Like
Yeah, no,
people,
they don't.
they want to see the
I'm
book.
a
That's
fucking
it.
40-year-old bald guy. Like,
Like they
nobody
don't
gives a
want to
fuck
look at
about
me.
that.
But yeah, it is really funny. Those videos were recorded on such terrible phones and stuff, but
And they get
hey.
the best. They got like the most fucking, like there was one I remember that I did. It was Madman. Like remember when the Madman Atomica and shit was like super out of print, and
Oh
I
yeah.
got it and I was like fucking ecstatic. And
Yeah.
I did a video and like it wasn't even filmed correctly because like my
It
camera
was
wasn't set up right.
it's
And I
like
was
put
like
in portrait
in
mode.
my basement on a couch, fucking trying to. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. But it's got like a ton of views, and I'm like, I don't get
Yeah.
it. This
Yeah,
is so
you just
weird.
you never know.
Maybe people like the fuck ups. Maybe that's what it is. They're like, dude, like you're a regular guy. I
You're
don't know.
not, yeah. It's
They're like,
like
I
this
don't like
guy's
high polished bullshit. I like the
yeah.
goofs and the mess ups and
They're
the
like, look at this production value. This guy's clearly not making money off of these videos, so
yeah.
it's gonna be genuine.
This is your everyday blue collar fucking
Yeah. I
yeah. I
mean,
don't
it's
know.
what it
It's
is
funny.
at the end of the day.
It is funny.
We're almost somehow at 16K subscribers, but the professionalism level is not at that level. It's I mean, no. But it works. Hey, this is what you sign up for. We're
If you
not
guys
hiding
want,
it.
I will say this though, shout out to our boy Mitch. If you guys want some like really like well done, like well like produced and
Yeah.
look great, the lighting's perfect, all that kind of shit videos, go check out the Omni Buddy Mitch. That dude, he's working on his he's trying to build up his subscribers, and I'm blown away that he doesn't have more, to be honest,
Yeah.
because his production value is like
Top shelf.
top shelf. Like
Yeah.
it's like the Patron of videos. It's good stuff,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He's really good. He takes the shit very seriously. He has a lot of very expensive equipment, not just for YouTube videos. He uses it for other things too. But the guy is awesome, and he like his production quality
Yeah.
is fucking up there. So
Yeah.
if you guys want some really well polished videos, go check out Omnibuddy.
The
And our boy
only
BJ that was on here earlier, BJ
hell
Kicks.
yeah.
He's
Oh
got some
yeah.
really good solid stuff too.
Yeah, he's got fantastic taste too. It's not just the same rinse and repeat stuff you hear about. The only thing that I'm proud of with my videos ever is some of the thumbnails. Some of the thumbnails I look at, I'm like, I knocked it out of the park with that one. I wish the whole video was as good as the thumbnail is with like the Hulk on the couch with me or something, but you can't win them all.
I tried getting better at thumbnails. I think I'm slightly better, but I'm not quite there. But you do
It's
Photoshop.
tough.
I don't
Yeah.
have Photoshop, so
Yeah, I
I'm
usually
limited.
I'm so self-conscious that whenever I'm trying to do thumbnails, I just get out of my like I obliterate my mind. I just take myself to the moon, just hit a vape pen as much as I can, and I think what could I possibly do that would be stupid or funny, and then whatever comes out comes out. And usually, yeah, I'll see goddamn comments. I forget who it was, Reaper XC or whatever his name was, someone would always be like, "Oh,
A
weed
A A
high."
D D D.
That person.
Yeah,
Stone.
it's probably the same. It's probably Reaper. It's probably the same person. I don't know. But
I'm
yeah,
I can you imagine doing a video high? Are people out of their minds? You think I can talk about 12 series
have
in
you
a
ever
row?
seen any of our live shows where he's high? I mean, come on.
I barely have my eyes open.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no. Some of the comments are funny, but
Yeah, there are some wild creators out there. Mad Dog is fantastic as well.
yes,
He's got
Mad
great
Dog.
recommendations, amazing energy. Yeah,
Obviously our boy JP Organic Price Books, we got to throw his name out there.
yeah,
Him and David, man, they've grown a lot, like holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I remember when JP hadn't even officially launched his website yet.
Hmm.
He was literally just starting. His website hadn't even launched yet, and Sal, our boy Sal, put us in touch with him.
Right.
And he sent us like what was it? Spawn Compendium Volume 1, which I actually still have. I want to custom bind it. To like review. He sent it to us for free, and we were like, "Fuck yeah, we'll review books you want to send us." And then
Yeah,
like
of course.
all of a sudden he blew up, and I actually looked. So in the last year, a little over a year and a half, that we've had a code out for him just for our channel alone, which isn't that big. I was looking at it the other day, dude, because it has dropped off a lot. Like we don't get as many referrals as we used to. So use our code.
Yeah.
Because yeah, the last
ship it
like
together.
6 to 7 months, we it's fallen off a bit for us. But he I was looking at the amount of sales that just came from our channel, and it was like $78,000 or something like that in sales from like the last year and a half. And I was like, Jesus, like that's insane. And that's just our channel. Like he broke over $1 million in sales. I think it was last year he broke over $1 million. So therefore, I'm sure in 2022 he's well over that as well.
Oh yeah.
And it's just mind-boggling and how they got statues and shit now. Like, do you ever see any of his videos?
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Jesus, he's like
no, it's amazing.
Jr.
It's amazing. It's so great to see that someone could do that. Considering InStock was the monopoly for so long.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
Well, and his backstory of how he even got into selling books is hilarious. Like he was like a drop shipper, basically. If I remember correctly, like just selling shit on Amazon, and he started to get into omnis and stuff through Jem's channel. And then he's like, well, I want cheaper books. Like, I don't want to spend this much money on books. How do I get cheaper books for myself? And he ended up creating like this small little business. He's like, I'm just gonna sell books on Amazon or whatever, and call it good, and I'll just get cheaper books for myself. And then it blossomed into this new thing where OPB is,
I hope he has time to read.
I don't think so, man. That dude puts I don't know about I haven't talked to him about it lately, but I know that previously he was putting in like 16 hours a day, if not more.
Like,
he was working so much.
I mean, it becomes your life at that point, but what a life it is. You're dealing in the one of the best trades.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jordan,
all right, let's fly through some of these comments because I know the Kraken game started now, and
it's all good. Michigan's at halftime, 14-13. Michigan's up, but they should be way farther ahead than they are, which scares me.
Fingers crossed.
I'm new to comics, and I really love Invincible, Saga, and Deadly Class. Holy shit, that's like a trifecta right there.
Yeah, you're on the right path. Keep going with whatever you're going down. You're doing the right thing, Jordan.
Yeah, that's like an image trifecta.
Yeah. Not everything will be as good as those, but
like that's like that's almost like the holy trinity of image. Like that's
you're getting the sci-fi, the superhero, and the sort of kind of noir grittiness all in those.
Speaking of Deadly Class Volume 4 is going to be dropping, I think, next year.
Can't wait to have that. I'm already out of room on my shelves.
Okay, they're talking about themselves. I highly recommend y'all check out your local public library. In Illinois, lots of them have great collections of graphic novels and manga.
It's true.
I know here in Omaha they do too. Also, man, utilize Hoopla. I recently did a video just a couple days ago about like my opinion of like the best digital tablet for reading. And I completely forgot to mention Hoopla as an app that I also utilize to read, which I do. So Hoopla is connected through your public libraries. Not all libraries offer it, though, unfortunately. Like none of the ones in Omaha do, but like the Lincoln City Library does. So luckily my mom lives in Lincoln, so I just stole her library card to get access to Hoopla. But you get like, depending on the library, you get so many books a month that you can like check out. And it's not it's regular books and things like that, yes, but it's also omnis and deluxes and all sorts of shit that you guys can do. So it's awesome. Hoopla is another great resource, and it's completely free as long as your public library participates and you have a library card. So definitely check out Hoopla. Hi Mike and Matt, Sunday morning here. I've been working on the World Cup matches for a while. Peace and love from Malaysia. Holy shit.
Well, welcome back, Farhan. That's great. Hope you've been enjoying the World Cup matches. I've been trying to keep up as much as I can too.
What is OGN's original graphic novels?
So I guess if anyone's unfamiliar, whenever there's like a paperback, what looks like a book of comics. It could either be what they call a trade paperback, which collects single issues in a volume, so things that came out in monthly periodicals collected in a single volume. And then there's OGNs, which came out that way. They just came out in usually a hardcover because they're OGNs, but they just came out in that paperback format. There were no single issues at any point.
Nicholas, Gotham Central.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I bound that one. That's a great one. Ed Brubaker again. God,
And
Brubaker.
Ruck and Brubaker.
Yes.
At a time, Ruck and Brubaker were the only, I think, the only two working on pretty much the entire Bat family at DC, like during that Gotham Central era. So I kind of need, I need to dive into that stuff because that sounds exciting.
Yeah, very much so. Inman, what is up, dude? Good to see you guys back live. Speaking of G.I. Joe, have you heard anything about who has the rights to publish it and Transformers starting in 2023? Some people who went to BotCon 2022 mentioned Kirkman. I don't. And I was actually at TFCon 2022 in Toronto back in July, and I sat in a bunch of different panels and shit too, and they didn't mention anything about any of the comics. They talked about all the toys and all the upcoming shit and some of the podcasts, but so no, I actually don't. So it's not going to be IDW anymore. I take it IDW has lost the rights, because that could be sad. But then again, if it is Kirkman, that would be what, Skybound? So
right.
I don't know. I'm not opposed to that,
yeah,
depending on who they get to work on it.
Speaking of intellectual properties, I was looking at Dark Horse's solicitations, and I guess they're doing Star Wars again.
Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know.
I don't get how this works anymore.
I don't know, because I know Marvel's still pumping out all the Omnis.
Well, at the end of the day, it's Disney, right? Probably
Dark Horse stuff too. Like there's like upcoming Omnis coming out that Marvel is putting their name on that were the Dark Horse years.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I'm
not entirely sure what's going on with that.
But yeah, it looks like I mean, there's new Star Wars series coming from Dark Horse. Weird. I guess Disney's making money at the end of the day, so what do they care?
Speaking of, though, man, I love the Star Wars universe and comics. It's fantastic. It's a series that I want to collect, and like Spider-Man, Batman, and like basically Star Wars are like, and then some indie books are like the series that I like collecting. And next week and a half from now, something like that, the next Omni drops. It's Star Wars Bounty Hunters Omni drop. So cool. I remember reading that when it first came out in the singles. I read the first handful of issues, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait to binge. But it was good. I enjoyed it. So hopefully it continued to be good, because I will be purchasing that Omnia.
Yeah.
The Gerard Way interview was so damn good.
Fat Man, I think it was.
Oh, because I was like, we didn't interview Gerard Way.
Imagine.
And then I was like, well, did we with four guys? Is that what they're referring to?
That would have been so cool.
We interviewed like literally hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And some of them were really big names in the world of comics. So I was like, shit, did we interview Gerard Way? Rodimus Prime Rib. Love the name. Great seeing you guys back in live. Quick question: is Ascender a must buy?
I don't know about Ascender. I haven't read it yet. I'm getting the deluxe. I'm getting the deluxe. That's what I've been waiting for. I've been saving myself for the deluxe edition. That's what I'm doing now.
You haven't read any of Ascender?
No. Just I've read Descender, all of Descender, but none of Ascender.
You haven't read any of Ascender.
Maybe a few of the 3 or 4 or 5 issues, something like that.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay.
I read the whole thing, damn it.
You read a good chunk. You read like the first arc. Okay.
I read it forwards, backwards. Yeah, first arc. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like I said, Jeff Lemire. I just buy whatever he puts out.
So, well, here's the thing in regards to that. Dustin Nguyen's art is fucking phenomenal, especially for that series. It is so good. I actually got. I think it's in the laundry. Actually,
probably great on Little Monsters too.
My Team 13 or my Tim 13 shirt. Like nice. I have.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, it's sick.
That's right.
No, I love it. I ended up departing with my Descender Deluxes because I don't know. I go through weird phases where I sell off shit.
That
But at the
happens.
same time, it doesn't mean that it's not a great book. It is a definite must read. I will say that Descender and Ascender both are must read books. Whether or not you buy them, I have a hard time with that because I don't know. I don't want to tell people how to spend your money, and I don't know what people's financial situations are and
Sure.
things like that. And this is a very slippery slope. We've discussed this numerous times, about buying books and things like that. So I don't want to say that they're a must buy, but they are both must reads. I will say that.
Yeah. And yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't like to it's tough to tell people when to spend their money. Although to be fair, buying Jeff Lemire Image Deluxe editions has proven to be a good way to make money once they could get out of print. I think there's a track record there. Not saying people should do that. I hate speculators. If you're going to read it and enjoy it and potentially one day need to sell it for some reason, you could probably make some money off of it. But yeah, no, Descenders definitely a series I'd reread again. So I've kept my deluxes.
Yeah, no,
Not,
I was
I don't know
actually
about must buy, but must read. I agree for sure.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I need to reread Descender because I saw the Ascender drop, and I was like, I need to reread Descender, and I was like, I'll read it digitally on my 12.4-inch tablet because
Fair
that's what
enough.
I love. And it's like reading, like I said in that video, dude. It's like reading an absolute edition in bed.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
it makes
awesome.
sense. It makes sense.
What was the first comic or graphic novel that you both read?
First
So
comic
the
ever.
first comic for me, I will tell you right now, was I don't remember the exact issue, but it was back in the late 80s, early 90s. I think it was the early 90s. It was because it would have been my 10th birthday. My dad took me to a comic book shop, so it would have been like 92. And my very first comic book was What If Captain America had formed the Avengers? And I read that book front to back so many fucking times, and just I remember being blown away that my copy got all ripped up and torn apart, and it just got annihilated over the years.
Yeah.
And one of our old good friends, Alexi, he actually oh, shut up, Alexa. I said Alexi, and this fucking starts talking to me. He actually was a fan of our Four Guys podcast, and he heard that that was my very first book ever and that I lost. He lives in England, by the way, and he shipped it to me. He had
Yeah.
a copy just laying around, and he fucking shipped it to me, and I still have it to this day. And it's like one of my all-time like favorite treasured books because it was the first comic I ever owned.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, I don't think I have a story as exciting as that. I know like the first comic I ever read as a kid was like some Spider-Man issue where he's in his black suit and it has something to do with Silver Sable. I vaguely remember it. All I know is that what got me into comics as a teen, that really got me into comics, is Sinestro Corps War. Which is kind of crazy because it's not even like the start of Jeff Johns' run on Green Lantern. I just read Sinestro Corps War. I didn't know who any of these characters were. I didn't really know who Guy Gardner was. I didn't know who John Stewart was. I didn't know any of these Green Lanterns. I barely knew Hal Jordan. I mean, before then, I had maybe read a handful of Marvel comics. I had read like some Batman books here or there, but to just jump into Sinestro Corps War, I don't know. I feel like I was a bold adventure, but my friend insisted it was good, and it blew my mind. It was such an insane story. Like I remember reading for the first time reading there's a fight between Sodom Yacht, who's like Ion at the time, and Superboy Prime, and I just remember there's one panel by Patrick Gleason where Superboy Prime is like his outfit's almost destroyed. You can see like the S burn into his chest, and it's him grabbing Sodom Yacht's head and smashing it into a grave, like a tombstone. Or I think they're underground. It's like an underground tombstone. He's smashing his head into it, and then they just show like the earth, like not the earth, but like the ground underneath exploding. I vividly remember that. And anytime I read it, I'm like, this was the moment where I was like, holy shit. I don't know anything about these characters really, but I'm so invested in what's happening right now. Um, so yeah, Jeff Johns' Green Lantern's always gonna, especially Sinestro Corps War, just always holds a special place in my heart. And it's such a good example of like, I don't know, a lot of people complain that getting into comics is hard because they'll read something and not know the backstory, but Man, talk about a story where you like jumping in, like who's Kilowog? I've never seen Kilowog before. Why is he important? Why is everyone listening to this guy? But you just figure it out. You just power through it. Eventually you figure
Why
out who
is
these
this
characters are.
Sinestro guy yellow and everybody else is
Yeah,
green?
what's his deal? Who Guardians of the what? What are we talking about? Who are these blue Smurfs? Why are they important? Why is everyone listening to them? Why is one of them at the end starting to have black stuff come out of them? What is Blackest Night? Why do I want to read this next?
Oh, Blackest Night was great.
That was what I read right after Sinestro Corps War was Blackest Night. I was like, holy shit. This is crazy.
That is funny. Jordan, I watched both of your top 5 must-read Image Comics videos. I'm just hunting good recommendations. Oh, dude, Birthright. I'm telling you, I love that book so much. Birthright's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's great.
Also, I just recently ordered, so I got I guess I ordered Hack Slash Deluxe Crossovers, which is basically Hack Slash Deluxe Volume 3. I ordered Die hardcover.
Nice.
Because I really love that story.
Yeah.
I didn't finish reading. I read like the first like 8 issues, and then I kind of fell off because it was like I was reading it monthly and I just kind of got behind. And then I also ordered, what was the other one? Oh, Gideon Falls Volume 2. So I'm waiting on those 3 to get in.
Nice.
And then I still
Good
need
stuff.
to pick up Madman Library Volume 3 and Batman No Man's Land Volume 2. And then all the upcoming Star Wars shit. And I think I'm good.
Nice.
So at least for now.
Got a lot of Black Hammer stuff I need to catch up on.
I think I'll probably read those digitally.
Gabriel, what's going on, man?
Gabriel, man, what's going on, dude? Good to see you guys live. Yeah, man, thank you very much.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Most channels I watch on YouTube are people just sitting there talking with little to no edits. Well, that's us.
Yeah.
If you want to watch a TV show or movie, I'll watch them. I like a natural feel to YouTube. Well, that's definitely us.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You want no work? That's us.
Keeping it real.
Hoopla is great. It is. I absolutely love Hoopla. Making a Brubaker list is as hard as
it's funny making those videos because I've made them for a handful of creators now, and people are like, how come you didn't include this series or that series? Like, no, I didn't. I'm not gonna just go through their bibliography. I could just read Wikipedia to you.
Well, not only that, but like just because their taste is different than yours, they're like offended at the fact that you didn't say their favorite title.
The Alan Moore ones are the best because I did like 3 or 4 parts where I pretty much talk about every title he's ever done. And then in one video, someone would be like, you didn't talk about Halo Jones, and they'll watch part 2 and be like, oh, you did talk about Halo Jones eventually. Yeah, of course. There's 3 parts, man.
That's funny. And man, yes, IDW will no longer have the rights. It is really strange that there's still no word. They should have some releases coming in January. Oh, all right. See, I'm behind on shit. I need to play catch up.
It's a good thing we got Ant-Man around.
Gabriel, are you guys excited for the new Batman Spawn crossover?
I will check it out.
I didn't know there was a new one coming out.
Pretty sure Capullo's doing.
Oh no, I did know that because I saw Capullo's thing on Instagram. Yeah.
I'll check it out for sure.
Dr. Turbo saw your digital comic device recommendation video and ended up purchasing that tablet today on sale at Best Buy.
I might have to pick it up myself.
I'm glad I could help somebody out. Like that was, I'm very happy about that. That you'll enjoy it, dude. I'm an Apple guy through and through, but I absolutely love my Android tablet. And not only that, but the fact that like I can download books and things, and you can't really do that so much on Apple devices. And there's just so many pluses to it. And it's a 12.4-inch screen. It's freaking phenomenal. I use my S Pen all the time. Even it's just if I'm reading, instead of using my finger to swipe, I just use my S Pen to swipe. It's great. Like I love that tablet so much. Christoph, talking of making hundreds of interviews, I'm way too caffeinated. Maybe that's why, but I felt like asking. I think he's drunk. I think that's what he's telling us because he hasn't gone to bed yet. How about making a little interview together, talk comics? And so he wants to come onto the show.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes. Hands down.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Anytime. We'll be in touch. We will hit you up on Instagram, sir.
Yeah, we actually there's some other creators too that I had talked
That's right,
about.
some indie creators.
Indie creators wanting to do interviews and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then we don't do anything. So I feel horrible. We really need to get back into that because I do feel bad.
Yeah. We need to keep this. We need to keep the live stream momentum going.
Yes, we do, because this is fun.
Yeah.
I love live streams. I love it more than just making videos. Like
It's
live
way
streams is
better.
like my favorite thing in the world.
It's way better. Yeah.
Brubaker and Phillips' Kill or Be Killed. Yes.
Nice.
That is amazing.
Good
I
stuff.
cannot wait for that one. Because that was a great book, and when it went out of print, I sold my copy because I was like, this is just too much money not to sell it. Like, I wasn't planning on it, but I was like, this book is just way, like, I'd be dumb not to sell my copy. Like, this is just insane at this point. So that's actually really exciting because Kill or Be Killed is a fantastic freaking title.
It is, yeah.
That is Jeff Johns. He makes you nostalgic of things that you have never read. So sad he gets so much hate now. Well, a lot of it's probably due to the shows. Speaking of Teen Titans season, or not Teen Titans, that's already out. Doom Patrol season 4 is dropping December 8th, I think, something like that.
Yeah. Right around the corner.
Yeah, like it's coming up quick, and I cannot wait.
I'm
Doom
so
Patrol,
excited.
Doom Patrol and Peacemaker are like the greatest shows that DC has ever done.
I need to check out Peacemaker still.
I
remember you told me.
Peacemaker?
I remember you told me it's amazing. I have seen Suicide Squad though.
Dude, go, dude. Promise. It's only 6 episodes. It's not very long at all, or maybe 8 episodes. Go watch Peacemaker. You will laugh your fucking balls off.
Yeah, I've heard.
You will have the time of your life watching it. You're gonna be like, this is amazing. This is heartbreaking. This is everything rolled into one, dude. It's James Gunn. You cannot go wrong. It is better than anything James Gunn has done with Marvel. Better than, like, it's probably my favorite superhero work that James Gunn has done. It's better than Suicide Squad 2. It's better than all 3 Guardians. Well, I can't say 3 because I haven't seen the 3rd one, but it's better than the 2 Guardians of the Galaxy movies. It's better than the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Like,
it was a fun time. I enjoyed that special.
Phenomenal.
Okay. All right. Wow. Damn. That's high praise.
I eventually canceled my Descender Deluxe Volume 1 pre-order from OPB. They had it listed in March, April, but it was never reprinted. They still have it there now, which is strange. I'm not sure. I'm sure it'll end up getting reprinted sometime soon. Recently watched Transformers the movie. Loved it. So are you talking about the animated movie from the 80s? Because if so, that's a fantastic title. I enjoy y'all's live streams the most. Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you so much. Wow.
As a fellow small business owner, am I allowed on the show? Gabriel, dude, I would love to talk to you, man. That would be a lot of fun. I would honestly, I would love to have you on, and we can talk all the Virginia. God, I can't think of the name of them now. What are they called? Like Mothman and stuff. What are those things called? Cryptics? Is that it? Is that it, Gabriel? Cryptics? We can talk about all the cryptics and shit, dude. Comic Peacemaker is the best show of 2022. Peacemaker is the best show of like any time period ever. Like, I don't know about that. That's kind of far-fetched, but Peacemaker is really good though, dude.
Damn, okay.
Cryptids, not cryptics, cryptids. Yeah, Peacemaker is phenomenal. The Christmas Eve 2020 live show is my favorite. That was an awesome show. I don't remember that show.
Must have been, that's a good show.
That's a good show. Ago. What were we doing?
We did a Christmas Eve show. Holy shit.
I think we were giving away stuff, if I remember right. Because I think I remember being like, we're Santa Claus. And then I think like we ran out of shit to give away. And then I was like, wait a minute. I just pulled out like random more books. I think that was that one, if I remember right.
That'd be kind of fun to do again this year.
Yeah, that would be fun, man. I'm sure I got shit I could give away too. So
yeah, me too. Oh my God.
Yes, 80s Transformers. Yeah, nice. That's a great movie. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. I love that Weird Al has one of the songs in there. Dare to be stupid, dare to be stupid. Like while they're sitting there, like having a battle. It's awesome. And then it looks like we're caught up after this one. Sunflowers. What makes a bad comic graphic novel? That's a loaded question.
It's a loaded question.
Like it's a good loaded questions. I've decided.
A bad
what
one.
Makes it bad? Well,
Rob Liefeld.
It really depends. For me, I will say this. For me, what can ruin a comic is the art.
Yeah.
For instance, JMS's Spider-Man omnis, right? Those were written, back in the 90s or what have you. Maybe early 2000s. I think it was the 90s. But the JMS Spider-Man, people talk about how much they love those storylines, and they're so fantastic, and this, that, and the other. And they are. They truly are. The stories are awesome. However, JRJR did the art on a lot of those books, and I cannot stand his art style at all on that series, and it completely ruined that entire like omnibus for me, because I cannot stand his art, and it just completely took me out of it. I love JRJR's earlier art before he tried to like do his own style. It's like once he started doing his own style, I don't like his art at all. And so anytime he's an artist on a book, again, personal preference, I don't like the art, so I have a very hard time appreciating the comic for the writer, because the art just really takes me out of it.
Yeah.
I feel like you can have bad and or okay writing, but if you have amazing art, you still get an awesome comic. But if you have amazing writing that's top notch, but you have shit art, the book's like, it can make or break a book, at least for me.
I agree. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing, is the art. The art's a big one. Or also, I don't know. I mean, it rarely happens, but I don't know. There are, I guess, a few stories out there where it's maybe sometimes focuses too much on the art, where like most of the story is almost non-existent. It's just kind of like but those are fun too. Even if the writing's like kind of half-assed, it still feels a little bit like Mad Max maybe, or a little, it's got a little craziness to it. Yeah, I'd say maybe bad artwork. And that doesn't necessarily just mean like a bad artist, but even artwork that doesn't like suit a book.
Yes.
Where you're reading and you're like, yeah, Jeff Lemire on Batman, it doesn't do it for me. Love Jeff Lemire's artwork is fine if it's in Essex County or Royal City or
if it's
Sweet
one of his own
Tooth.
personal books,
Yeah.
it fits what he's doing. But when it comes to superhero books, you're used to, and I've said this to you before in the past too, you're used to your superheroes looking a certain way.
Right.
And when an artist takes liberties with that and tries to put their own style or spin on it,
Right.
like for instance, I love Dustin Nguyen's artwork, right? Love it. It's great in Ascender, Descender. I have like a Crow shirt that he did. Like I love Little Monsters. Like I love his artwork. His artwork is great when it's creator owned.
Yeah.
But his like Batman Robin stuff that he's done, I looked at it and I'm like, I don't really like this that much, because it's just not, I don't know. It's not what I grew up with, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's weird. I love the old 80s and 90s artists. I don't like anything really much for like art wise when it comes to like main title books, I guess you could say, like in the like mid to late 2000s, like where we're at now in the last like 10 to 15 years. I don't really like a lot of the main, like, I don't even know, man. Ivan Race, I guess, is really good.
Yeah.
There's some that I absolutely love.
Jason Fabok.
Yeah, Jason Fabok is another one.
David Finch.
Yeah, okay, so there's a handful, but maybe more than a handful. But so there's some that I absolutely love, but that's because they still remind me of those classic drawings that I grew up with, like in the 80s and shit, where like you had, George Perez and all those types of guys on those books, Neil Adams and people like that I grew up with. So that kind of shit is just for me, that's what it is.
Yeah, I think
that's a long-winded answer to really tell you nothing.
I mean, it's so tough to it's really tough to it's tough to describe it.
Art makes or breaks it for me. End of story.
Yeah. I mean, there are some stories too where. But the good thing about comics is the market, because people have to pay on a monthly basis continuously to get a story. I feel like unfortunately, it filters out really good series that people just never pick up because it's like an obscure publisher. But it does also force out titles like New Warriors with Safe Space and whatever, where people are like, this is so forced. Like you're just taking a formula and plugging in the most recent numbers into it and just saying, here's our comic.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
people don't
grabbing,
want that.
you're going on Twitter and searching buzzwords and then using that to
Right.
create a comic.
Like, no one wants that. Like, the good thing about comics is people need to feel like it's a genuine thing from a writer. Otherwise, people just don't buy it. Like, it's $4 a month at the end of the day for, a single issue on a monthly basis. Like, if it's not worth the $4, there's no hesitation to drop it. So those titles just go away, which is a
Yep.
good thing.
Castle Star. I'm not sure if we've spoken before. Welcome.
Welcome.
Are you going to read Weird Al's new comic? I will now. I didn't realize there was a Weird Al comic. I most
Yeah.
definitely will now, though. I love Weird Al, dude. Or ma'am, whatever. I'm a big Weird Al fan. I actually just saw that biopic with Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe as Weird
Okay.
Al.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, it's on like the Roku channel. You can watch it for free, dude. It is epic. Like,
Okay.
the Weird Al is known throughout his entire life for parodying music and shit, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what this biopic is. It's a parody of his real life. So, like, when I saw an interview thing where they asked Daniel Radcliffe to be Weird Al, and he goes, "I look nothing like Weird Al." He goes, "There's got to be people that are like better suited to play Weird Al than me. Like, why are you coming
This
to
is
me?"
the point.
And then they were like, "We'll read the script." And then he said after he read the script and he understood what the movie was, he goes, "Oh, I get it now." He's like, "Hell yeah, I'll do it." Like, he was like completely on board once he realized that the movie was a parody of Weird Al's life,
Right.
just like Weird Al has been a parody of everybody's music. So the movie's hilarious. It's really, really funny.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, you gave books away. I missed getting a book because I answered one of the trivia questions incorrectly.
It happens. It happens. I haven't answered a single one of ours.
Maybe we'll have to do that again this year, or like an end of year thing or whatever. So when am I scheduled to come on? I bet you guys want money too. Oh no, we don't charge anybody to come on at all, especially minors. It's all good, dude. You don't have to pay us.
Gabriel, haven't you heard we're not making money here?
Yeah, maybe he's 18 now. I don't know. Gabriel, are you 18 now? He was 16 when he sold us those signs. Are you 18 now, sir?
It's probably the 2020 Christmas live show.
We have to get a signed permission slip from your parents to see if you need to come on. Nah, man, we'll set something up. We're still trying to get into the habit of doing live shows and scheduling that kind of shit. But we'll make sure you come on for sure. JMS Spider-Man was my childhood. It's so special to me. 10-year-old me didn't have the art to compare to. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
It happens.
I want to be a comic writer for my future career. Some fan art is giving me ideas on how to write a Batman Michael Myers crossover. I'd be down to read that. I love horror, dude. Michael Myers ain't my favorite. Freddy Krueger's my all-time favorite, but I would be down to check out a Batman Michael Myers crossover. That sounds kind of fun.
You can pitch your script to us on the live show, Gabriel.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fun. Pitch, like, do your elevator pitch. What do you guys? We'll come back to this one because I have a lot to say. Gabriel, I'm 17. I'll be 18 in February. We might have to wait till February to get you on then.
Especially now that it's written.
Yeah, we might have to wait.
We'll be in touch, Gabriel. We'll be in touch.
But all good, man. I love you, Gabe. You're a good kid. Oh, John Castle in the Omnibus Unbound.
Nice.
Okay, I do the homemade Omnis. Yes, I'm very familiar with your work. Okay, so going back to your question about what do I think of the idea of a custom Omni for the Crow books. So I don't know if you know this about me or not, but I am a massive Crow fan. I have a giant tattoo on the side of my calf, like from knee to ankle, of Brandon Lee as the Crow. Like, I'm a massive Crow fan. The original book that James O'Barr did, back in the 80s, like the original graphic novel, is phenomenal. By far one of the best stories ever. Absolutely love it. It's a tearjerker. It's everything. I love that book so much. All of the other stuff that they've done over time or whatever, like, the spinoffs, like I don't even remember what they're all called anymore. There's like Skinned Wolf or something, or Skinned, I don't remember what they're all called now. I haven't read all of them just because I'm afraid that it's going to ruin not ruin, but it nothing can compare to the original for me. So therefore, I'm really afraid to read this, like the spinoffs and like the different creations and stuff, because I am worried that it's going to ruin it for me a bit. But that being said, I would love to see a custom Omni of like somebody getting all of like, 'cause I'm sure like if you just got like all the trade paperbacks or whatever, probably be the easiest way to do it. And creating like a huge
Oh
kind of,
yeah.
I guess it would be almost be like an anthology sort of thing,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Kind of like a Crow anthology book.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be killer. I would love to see that, and you just gave me a really good idea. Now I kind of want to do that on my own. But no,
That's what he thinks of it.
yeah, that would be amazing. I would, dude, that sounds incredible. Absolutely love it. Boom Boom. The other week I bought Absolute All-Star Superman and Ice
Nice.
Cream Man Sunday edition after watching Mike's overviews. Looking forward to reading them now. Thanks, I enjoy the channel.
You hear that, DC and Image? Pay up.
Yeah, Ice Cream Man, Mike and I, we can't discuss Ice Cream Man enough on this channel.
Oh my
It's
God.
a fantastic title.
Cream of
When
the
I
crop.
initially read that, when he wrote Absolute All-Star Superman, I was thinking Absolute. They'd never made an Absolute of it, but I was thinking Superman Year One, the one with JR. That's why I was like, oh. And then I remembered, wait, no, All-Star Superman's the Grant Morrison, Frank Quietly one. Okay, you're good. Yeah, actually, I think All-Star Superman, because of Mike, might have been one of the first absolutes I ever read as well. Come
There
to
you
think of it.
go.
And
Love that
again, it was
story.
because of Mike. I remember messaging him and be like, "Hey, I found a deal online for $50 or whatever the hell it was." I go, "Is this a good book to get?" And it's like when I first started collecting, and Mike was like, "Yeah." And so I got it, and I read the 12 issues or whatever it is, and I was like, "This is a really good book." So
Okay, I gotta reread it soon. It's been too long.
yeah, it's good stuff. Y'all are cool people. Well, thank you, Gabe.
Thank you, Gabriel. You too.
Batman versus Michael Myers, 2 Men of Terror, 1 Epic
The
Showdown.
poster is made.
I love it. And I knew like the voiceover for it. Batman versus Michael Myers, 2 Men of Terror, 1 Epic Showdown.
Hey.
Coming up next. Let's do it. That would be a blast. Cool.
That's awesome. It's a perfect way to end the show too. That's coming
we're
up
at
next.
2 hours. We did 2 hours. We're just
Beauty.
a couple minutes shy of 2
Dude,
hours.
this was so much fun. We got to do this again. Honestly.
Time fucking flies.
Oh my God.
Time
So
flies, dude. I can't believe it's been 2 hours. It feels like we literally just jumped on like a half hour ago.
And
like,
considering,
it does not feel like it's been 2 hours.
oh yeah, and considering how long it's been since we did this, I think like double-digit viewers. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, I'll take double-digit viewers.
Hell
considering
yeah.
it's been 8 months since our last live
With the
show.
single, the only promotion we did was a single post on Instagram and in the story. That's it.
Yeah, that, and then when I made my video the other day where I was just like, "Hey, we're gonna do a live show. I don't know what time, but it'll be on like Saturday, December 3rd. So tune in."
If you happen to catch this before then.
Yeah, if you haven't catch it before then. Oh, dude, I love it. Halloween comes to Gotham.
That's cool.
That's dope.
That's cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
I just happened to pull up Instagram really quick, and our boy Extreme that did all my oversized customs.
Yeah.
He did a Scooby-Doo Apocalypse custom.
Ooh.
And it
looks
cool. First of all, I didn't realize there was that many issues, but it looks freaking killer.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, I love it. Oh, he did a Secret 6.
I just saw that.
I have the secret. I still have all those issues that me and David were doing because we bought the stamp and everything, and I was gonna have Herring and Robinson do it, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's an awesome design he did.
Damn it.
Nice.
I need to see if David ever got that stamp back so I can try to use it, so I can get my, because I paid for half of it, but I never got it.
Can't look at that stuff because I know I can't afford it.
Did you hear that Blue Beetle's coming out in theaters August 18th next year?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
There's like a teaser poster on that DC, like a legit teaser poster that DC posted. Only in theaters 2023, #Blue Beetle.
Damn, okay.
And I'm 99% sure it's going to be Jamie Reyes, not Ted Cord.
That's awesome. Okay, we'll see.
All right, so wrapping up here really quick. Is Sweet Tooth worth watching on Netflix? Yeah, I would say so. Definitely.
I haven't seen it.
I got to meet James O'Barr at a small Comic-Con, and he does. Oh my God, I would love to meet James O'Barr, dude. I was actually in Austin, Texas on vacation, and I just happened to pull up a thing one day to see like what was going on in Austin. I was like, what are we gonna go do today? And there was a freaking little tiny Comic-Con in Austin, Texas, and James O'Barr was there, and I was so bummed because I didn't end up getting to go. But I
Damn.
was, dude, I would kill to meet James O'Barr.
That's dope. One day.
Chris, I'll make the poster for Halloween or Halloween Gotham.
Halloween, nice.
Love it. Alfred, dig up anything you can on Michael Myers. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys all very much. It was great hearing from everybody again, and hopefully you guys had as much fun as we did. We will be doing these hopefully more frequently. That is the plan, and having some special guests on the show as well. So
it's been 2 years. Might be time to do another Christmas one. We'll see. We'll try and plan something.
It'll be fun. Cool. It'll be
get the hats on again. Oh, I think I had a hat on last time.
Oh, we had one last one. We started late. Now I'm finally caught up. Big fan of your channel. Got back into comics about 8 months ago, and I've torn through your backlog looking for all the stuff I missed.
Nice. Enjoy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, thank you, man. Well, we'll be keeping you guys in touch. Follow us on Instagram at the Hardcover Comic. We post pretty frequently on Instagram. Various things. I post concerts I go to, various shit. So speaking of, Wage War has a brand new album out. It's a stripped album session. It's all acoustic.
I'm gonna go see them next Sunday in Michigan.
Punch you in the dick. Are they? Is it
them and A Day to Remember, unplugged set?
So you son of a bitch. So you do get to see the unplugged set.
Yeah, we're driving down. Yeah,
I am so bummed. For those that don't know, I'm a massive metalhead, but at the same time, I love acoustics, like acoustic sets. Like love acoustic sets. Yeah. And I absolutely adore Wage War. And when they announced that they were releasing a stripped record, I was super excited. It finally dropped the other day. I got it. I've been playing it nonstop. It's phenomenal. And now they're coming nowhere near me. I've looked. They're coming nowhere near me.
Damn. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a drive for us, but we're doing a day trip.
So worth it, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet.
We'll enjoy.
All right, take a few videos.
Have a great time. I'm gonna finish watching the Michigan game. Let's see real quick where they're at before we go. 28-13 Michigan. Whoop, whoop.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna watch my Kraken play, and hopefully they destroy as well. So
dope.
And my kids crying. All right, everybody. 8 Billion Genies. That's the one that's on my book list right now. I haven't read yet, but it is on my list to read.
Nice.
But all right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. Talk to you guys soon.